Hey guys, so I got an airsoft gun to do a video on. So this thing has been through a couple iterations. It's been at my house for about 3 months, I'd say, and it's because I was having a lot of problems. So this was sent out from a repeat customer, basically. This is the second gun that he sent me. It is a KRYTAC CRB. It is an alpha version, so it's not the billet receiver, just kind of the basic version. So I believe it had the 20K motor in it. And the reason why there's no stock on here is because he purchased a stubby stock. It's the Matrix style, which I own one of those. The best stubby stocks you can get, if you ask me. Biggest storage core for a battery, the biggest door, and it's a little flip down. So where the GMP is a screw, and my brother has one of those, so I would know. Matrix one's much better, so he's going to be putting that on here, so I'm going to ship the gun back like this. I'll ship the stock and buffer tube, but I just won't attach it. I'll be able to fit it in a smaller box as well. Faster shipping as well. It'll be priority. So basically I'll start from the front and go to the back. It looks like there's a thread protector on here. I'm not sure why. If he puts something else on there sometimes. I didn't ask. I think he maybe has an optic or something. I don't know. It'd be cool with like a T1 or even an RMR style. Like one of those you can get, you know, $40, $45 for an RMR airsoft. I made a video review on them, so you can get those for pretty cheap. That would look cool on here, you know, and it's not M-lock, but it does have rail attachments. If he got the gun new, he should have some of them. He could put a grip of any kind on the front here, which would be pretty cool. A nice, cool-looking muzzle brake, in my opinion, would be also a good addition. It's got the standard KRYTAC. This one says Chris on it. Normally they say, what do they say, Defiance? This one says Chris, so I think this is an aftermarket. If I'm not mistaken, the Alphas come with the standard A1 pistol grip anyways, or A2 with a little nub. So this is probably an aftermarket upgrade that he did, or his friend did, or the person that he bought it from did. I don't know if he got this new or not. But yeah, metal receiver, metal rail, metal barrel, like all KRYTACs. So the internals, that's what you care about. So as you can see, we have the retro arms selector switch here, red, and then a red trigger there. Kind of looks like retro arms, but it is a Jeff-Tron, because it's the Leviathan. They use proprietary triggers. You can get a red version, that's what's in here, so they match. It does have the fuse in the back here, which is 40 amp, which is good. Dean's connector. Switch over to the hop-up, because you can visually see that. It is a Max Red hop-up. CNC aluminum. I have the stock hop-up bucking and barrel in here. I did try a G&G green. It just instantly clogged, wouldn't feed anything. And then a Lonex 50 degree. The FPS was lower. Pop the KRYTAC back in here. The FPS went up, and it shoots really good. So this is basically how it's going to be set up. I really like these Max hop-ups, to be honest. It does contain some BBs, which is kind of cool because when you eject the mag, I don't think it drops a single one, or maybe one instead of like 3 or 4. So it's pretty cool, kind of saves some ammo from dropping, but you have to make sure you clear that out manually, otherwise you can dry fire it and shoot, of course. So back onto the gearbox, there is a ASG CNC'd 30K motor in here. It's not the boost motor, it's the, what are they, $55, the CNC'd 30K, U3000 I think is what they call it. Pretty good motor, it's decent. I kind of prefer the boosts, they're more budget minded, and the shell of it is just kind of more standard and replaceable. I've had 2 of the CNC'd ASG motors act up on me. The gearbox shell in here, as you can see, it looks different. It is VFC, so I had to change it out because he wanted to use higher speed gears. So we have SHS 12-1s in here, full stroke, brand new set. We have the VFC steel bushings, steel, and they're really nice. The meteorite style, like the black ones, really good. The spring is a Matrix M120, if I'm not mistaken, and then the piston is a Modify. It's like the gold-colored teeth. I don't know if it's made of titanium or something special. It's at least steel. And then the piston head is stock KRYTAC. Full cylinder, not sure what brand that is. Again, the VFC shell. And stock KRYTAC cylinder head, nozzle. There is a sector chip with the stock KRYTAC tappet. And when I had the KRYTAC shell in here, it shot hot. In fact, it shot like 420 with the Matrix M120 and full stroke. So I short stroked at 2 teeth, and then the FPS dropped to a good amount. It was like 390, I'm pretty sure. And then I was having a lot of problems with other things, grinding noises, just other problems. So I switched to the VFC shell upon his request, basically, so we could use the high-speed gears instead of using just 18-to-1s in the KRYTAC. Because I tried to modify it, and they were still way too tight. So we ended up with a standard VFC shell with the high-speed gears. And the FPS just shoots lower now. So I ended up putting a full stroke sector back in there, and now we're getting 365 with a .2. We probably should be getting 380, I would say, even with the short barrel. So a little bit lower, but the compression was perfect. I checked it. Perfect compression. So I'm not sure what's the cause of that. Alright, so the high cap's working just fine, so let's try a 4-year-old VFC mid cap. I think it holds like 120. .25s is what I've been shooting the whole time. Shot it all.